Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to introduce a new unit. In Unit 1, we discussed the shapes like triangles and angles. In this unit, we are going to discover the relationship between shapes. So we are going to introduce two topics, which is congruence and rigid motion. So let's get started our first lesson of this unit, congruence. So you can pause the video to think about what's your understanding of a congruence. So some words might pop up in your mind, like same or equal. All these kind of words are not actually wrong. However, in terms of geometry, we actually define congruence in a little bit different way. So very first, whenever we talk about the congruent, we're actually talking about the shapes. So in this unit, we are going to talk about the congruent triangles. Congruent triangles, very basic definition, basically meaning triangle have the same size and same shape. So as you can see, we are not in geometry, we are not just only talking about the values, we actually talk about shape and size, how big all this and how they look like. And also you can see in this picture here, we have different marks. If you see 3 marks here, we have 3 marks on AC, 3 marks on DF. This kind of symbol is actually indicate they are congruent. So one thing I want to remind you, as we mentioned before, in geometry we have different symbols. For congruent, we have a symbol. It's look like this way. So it looks like there's a line on S, and also there's a equal sign on the bottom. And also we can write down the statement based on the relationship between the two triangles here. So triangle ABC, on this one, we know, as you can see, it's a little triangle symbol here, indicate this is a triangle shape. And also when we write down ABC, I know angle A, let me write different color, angle A is congruent as angle B, so that's why it's angle A, B, C, and B. There's a 3 arcs here to E, so it's D, E, F, and there's a little congruent symbol here. And what I wrote here is congruent statement. So as I mentioned, when we write down the congruent statement, the most important thing is the order. What does that mean? Which means when I write down A, B, C, you can write any order you like for the first triangle. However, when you write down the second one, you have to make sure the angles matches. What does that mean? So angle A is congruent to angle D, so that's why if I write angle A as the first letter, then D should match the similar position. You can now say triangle ABC to EDF. Then, according to the picture, this is not accurate. So what we are going to do for the next 2 examples is I'm going to give you 2 different kind of triangles here, and you are going to try to write down the congruent statement for these 2 triangles. So you can pause the video now and check if you can write the congruent statement for this one. So for the first one, I can always say, first let's observe the marks here. So all 3 sides are having the same marks here. Okay, so that means AC is matching to PR, AB matching to PQ. So they are all 3 angles, and also we see the little square, meaning what? This is a right angle. So right angle matching to right angle, the other 2 angles are same, so this 2 triangle congruent. Now how do I write it down? I can write the first one as the way you like, ABC, that's fine, or BAC is not wrong either. And also it's congruent, but however, when you write on the second one, you have to pay special attention for the order. So I look for the angles when I do that. There's a little square called the angle A, 90 degree. Then I'm looking for the square, which is P. So I'm going to write down P. Then there's a 2 marks here, and there's a 2 marks, meaning B is matching to Q. So it's P, Q, R. As you can see, angle A is matching to P, angle B is matching to Q. Okay, so that's basically how do I do that. Let's try another one, and this time again, if you need a little bit assistance for the previous one, this one you can definitely try on your own. As we mentioned, check the marks. Different marks indicate all three sides are congruent, matching to the other one, and all three angles are congruent to the other all three angles to the other triangle. So let's see, first one I want to write down as FED. Again, doesn't matter how do you write the first one, but the most important thing is how do you match the other one. So some students easily to say, oh, F to R. You have to observe, look at the marks very carefully. You see the little three marks here, three arcs here, this angle. We need to look for the same marks to indicate they're same. So 3 marks here, 3 marks here. So I know this one is matching to this, so that's why F the first one, then should be T. The next I use E. E is here, angle E is here. Which one is matching to that? S, yes. And the last part, of course, is gonna only one left. Left is R, so triangle FED is congruent to triangle TSR. If you use a different, always check, do you have same order? The order does matter. So final part I want to share with you is sometimes we do not have graph, but we only have congruent statement here. However, according to the congruent statement, we can indicate a lot of information. So we can know what are the angles are congruent, what are the sides are congruent. So let's write it down, the information. So we know when we say ABC, I know three angles, angle A, angle B, and angle C. What are the angles are congruent in these three angles? Let's check. So angle A is matching to the first letter, so angle D. Angle B is congruent to the middle one, angle E. And angle C is congruent to which one? Yes, you're right, angle F. Now, let's work on the second one for angles for the side. When we write down the side, if you look at the graph, I know this is a segment, so the way we write it is like this. Angle AB. So angle AB is congruent to which one? So first two letter AB. So it should be, yes, you're right. Oh, sorry, not angle AB, is segment. The side AB is congruent to side D. And also BC is congruent to the second two letters here, so it's side EF. We are now finished. The last one, AC, is congruent to DF. That's how do we figure out the congruence for a different part, angles and the side. That's basically, when you look at the triangle, three angles here and three sides here, and that's it. One more thing I want to remind you, if you think looking at the congruent statement is not helpful, you can always draw a triangle to match the statement. For example, I can draw ABC. You just need to make sure when you draw a second one matching to the statement A to D, B to E, C to F, and that's it. That's all I want to share with you today about the basic introduction of congruence, and also we practice how to write down the congruent statement. I hope the video is helpful, and thank you so much for watching the video. So now you can use the video to help you to understand the lesson, and also later you can work on the exit ticket we posted today. See you soon!